What's up, family? What's up, family? I'm hopping on for a few minutes out here, actually in my hometown visiting family tonight. Hey, Rebecca. I'm trying to, you can tell I'm kind of in a small town. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Dr. Cecilia. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Nima. Elizabeth. Diana. How y'all doing? Look at this good lighting out here. I am out here in my hometown. Had to run down here and check on my cousin. And as you can see, they just good old small town living. They driving through, they blowing because we're standing outside. Hi, Brittany. Hold on 1 second. Let me, I'm hopping on. This is a public service announcement. First of all, I didn't announce it because I had forgotten about it last night, but I was on live with I Am Firehouse this morning. And so I was on their prayer call this morning. So I want you to go to I Am Firehouse. And hey, Isaiah. It is good lighting. There were several young teenagers who prayed before me, but I prayed for maybe about 15, 20 minutes, and then they did a little Q&A. So it was good. It was ministry that took place that I think will be beneficial to you. And so go to I Am Firehouse and let it bless you. You can let it bless you tonight. You can let it bless you tomorrow. You can hear people talking in the background. Hey, Isaiah. Yes, shout out to Firehouse. I'm coming to the car right quick, so my lighting is changing a little bit. I'm doing too much, and I'm trying to walk backwards so that I'm not showing the people behind me because everybody doesn't want to be online. Again, I'm at my cousin's house. But I want to remind you, for those of you who have not, to go get your copy of Prayers and Petitions. The link is in my bio. Listen, what I am learning just from some of the testimonies that I have received, people have been DMing me, people have been reaching out and talking about how this journal has renewed their commitment to prayer. Some of them are praying consistently every day, and they had not ever done that before. Sometimes we only pray when we're in trouble, and sometimes the only time we call on the name of the Lord is when we need him. And I dropped my journal. Can you pick that up for me, Joshua? But I just wanted to remind you that we are trying to cultivate 90 days of prayer. We don't want to just call on the name of the Lord when we need him. We don't just want to be those people that only talk to God when they want something. We want to be the people that talk to him because we love him. You can't hear me? Is there no sound? Somebody said sound. Is there no sound? Somebody tell me in the comments. I know you can hear all of the animals, not the animals, the insects. Something actually is biting me on my arm. Can you all hear me still? Let me get back up in the yard. Okay, thank you. We want to cultivate a lifestyle of prayer that, again, we don't only call on God when we need him, but that we have created and developed a relationship with him. And so, you can't hear the insects. I want you to hear the insects. The insects lets you know that I am in a small town. He said, well, I can hear all them bugs because I'm outside in Corsicana right now, which is my hometown. That's a lovely sound. It's a sound of peace to me. It reminds me, even though my big mama didn't live here, it reminds me of being in the country. Y'all, there's some good lighting too. You hear the cars driving by blowing. Billy said, what is happening? I am in my hometown, y'all. This lighting is amazing, though. I don't want to touch this power line that looks like it's out. It's down. Want to be careful of that. It is not a plague. It is not a plague. It is not a plague. This is good lighting out here. But I did hop on to remind you all to purchase your copy of Prayers and Petitions. I had it in my hand, but I dropped it. Now I'm starting to sweat out here. If you did not get on this morning, which was 6 a.m., so I'm sure you didn't. I prayed for I Am Firehouse this morning, and I want you to go to I Am Firehouse's Instagram page and listen to the prayer and listen to the dialogue that happened between me and the other young man who was hosting, who was Taylor. Billy said, that's what Pharaoh heard before they descended on Egypt. Yes, the locusts are coming. But listen, I don't want to say the locusts are coming because the locust is a plague. I want to say that the camels are coming because the camels symbolize wealth. And so if you know that we're in this season, that we are in a season where the camels are coming. So Nima says, is there a program for teens this fall? I'm trying not to show other people's houses and the people in the background. We have Firehouse Youth Service every Sunday morning. I know we have, for teens at our church, there is a debutante program for girls. I don't know when that registration date ends for the fall. And we have Boys to Mend, MEND, which is for the boys. So, Billy, okay, it's almost a camel. It's almost a camel. But yes, so those are two programs that you can look at. You can go to the Potter's House website and look at that. But I hopped on to remind you, just to say hi. I thought I was going to go live tonight. I'm not going to be able to go live because by the time we get home, it may be too late. If it's not too late, I will go live. But I want you to purchase prayers and petitions, and I want you to get started on this journey of 90 days of consistent prayer, developing a lifestyle of prayer. Thank you all for jumping on briefly. It's hot out here. For those of you who don't live in Texas, you don't know how hot it is in Texas. But this lighting is good. This lighting is good. That's all I hopped on to say, is grab your copy of Prayers and Petitions. If you haven't already, meet us next week, next Saturday, August the 5th, at Closing the Gap at St. Anne Episcopal Church in DeSoto, Texas. I believe it's 1700 North Westmoreland in DeSoto, Texas. If you already have a copy of Prayers and Petitions, if you bring it with you, I will sign that book for you. Also, hey, Shania, there will be a few copies on sale that day. I don't have a lot of physical copies. People aren't really carrying around physical copies like that anymore. And so I have a few physical copies that I can sell you, a few that are hardback, but mostly paperback, which is sufficient. I love the paperback. I love them both, but I do love the paperback because I can just throw it in my purse. I can just open it up. I can easily and, fold the pages back and carry it wherever I go. These bugs are getting louder and louder. I wonder really, though, where are they? Because I don't see them. Dr. Cecilia, we will miss you next Saturday. We will miss you next Saturday. Normally when the people drive by, they blow. That car didn't blow. Again, prayers and petitions. They do not have demons. This is how it sounds in the country, Billy. This is how you know you have good sleep in the middle of the night. When I used to grow up going to deep East Texas, the sound would be even louder than this. But the reason you hear them, Billy, is because we are not in the hustle and bustle of the city where you hear cars and you hear loud noises and you hear airplanes flying over and you hear ambulances and all of those things. We still have bugs, but you don't hear them, and they're not as concentrated, particularly in Dallas, because we cut down a lot of our trees. So that was a little lesson. But yeah, no, they're fine. They sound like peace to me. So I'm used to it when I go to the country or when I go to smaller towns. Anyway, he said they're even getting more undignified than this. Anyway, I am hopping off. If I get home early enough tonight, I will go live. I do have a word to go live. If I don't go live tonight, maybe I can go live in the morning. I'll see which one is best because I want everybody to be on or be able to be available when I go live. But I love you all much. If you have not, order your copy of Prayers and Petitions. Hey, Marcia. And also, if you have, order a copy for your sister, for your church group, for your youth group, for anybody that you believe needs to have a closer walk with Jesus. That's what this is all about, having a closer walk with Jesus. Love you all much. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Thank you all for jumping on always. Thank you all for being committed to the call that God has deposited on the inside of me. Again, I was on this morning praying with I Am Firehouse. If you were not able to get on, go onto their page and click and watch prayer from this morning. There were 2 teenagers that prayed before me, but then I prayed for a while, and then even the Q&A that they did with me, and the Holy Spirit began to flow as only He can, and I believe it will be a blessing to you. Love you all much. I will talk to you real soon. Have a good evening. Good night.